Bar Stool Sports. Titus, Brandon Walker. Mostly Sports.
Welcome to Mostly Sports. It is Friday, May 9th. Ebo Day. Our final Ebo Day of the week. We didn't quite know if it was 5'6", 5'7", 5'8", or 5'9", but it's definitely not any day past right now.
And I just want to say I really appreciate how much you guys have been celebrating me this week with gifts, money, cake, sweet treats,
well,
blowjobs. It's all been great. Connor's gave the best blowjob.
I thought he had.
Yeah.
Connor, thoughts?
No comment. This is just not true.
Wait, your top blowjob.
You're
on the whole show.
Number one blowjob on the whole show.
Yeah.
Connor Griffin.
All right, you know what? I'll take
Connor.
Connor.
I don't want a big reveal. Fuck this. Connor, is that true?
No, it's not true. I have big front teeth.
So you couldn't suck? Wait, so you know for a fact you couldn't?
Wait,
they're fake.
Did you take yours out?
Oh my
no, I don't. I don't take them out.
But you could take.
They're
them out.
permanent crowns. They're big. They're permanent crowns. I would not be.
I thought you took them out when you ate certain things.
No. I stay away from eating certain things because I have two fake front teeth that I cannot take out.
Can't eat.
But like,
wings.
here's the thing. That should make you eat the things. If they can't come out,
right?
You're just like you were anybody else.
We can finish the ad.
I haven't started the ad. Don't worry about the ad. The ad's gonna come. Don't just focus that I said the word "come," please.
Well, we're talking about blowjob. Yeah.
Let's be
I was gonna make the
professional
joke.
Wait, so
No,
you got fake teeth and got big ones?
yes, they are bigger than mine.
All right, why don't you get normal sized teeth?
No, because long story. I don't want to get into the full 6-month process that it took to getting these.
I think
Well, there's no way.
The root canals and the dental procedures and everything. It was a mess.
Then
and they screwed them up.
They ordered the teeth too big.
Yes.
Are you serious? They look fine.
Yeah, but they were.
Were you this size when they ordered the teeth?
No.
So they let you grow into the teeth.
I suppose. I don't know. It was a long thing. I need to go to my dentist.
What age were you when you ordered the teeth?
14.
You were 14 with this size teeth?
You had late
15.
20. You had late 20s teeth and a prepubescent.
Yes.
skull.
Yeah.
Around his teeth.
It's a long story. We don't need to get into. I'm self-conscious.
We've been into it for a while now.
Yeah.
We're delaying the ad because we need to get into it.
Right. Jägermeister's waiting on deck. They're fine.
What else do you want to know?
Nothing.
I would not give a good blowjob. Go ahead.
Not with that attitude, you won't. All right. Moving along. This show is brought to you by Jägermeister. All right, let's talk about our presenting sponsor, Jägermeister. You know all the stuff. 0 degrees Fahrenheit, 56 botanicals, all the good stuff. We're simply going to stop right now. Yes, Ebo.
Just quick Jägermeister plug. I was watching a show on Apple TV last night, Your Friends and Neighbors with John Hamm.
Yeah.
There's a whole scene where they're drinking Jägermeister, but it made me angry. They were drinking it all wrong, Brandon.
What were they drinking?
They were drinking warm Jägermeister.
No.
Yeah. On national television.
On National Apple Television?
On National Apple TV.
Is Apple national TV?
I
Nah.
think it's galactic.
Yeah.
It's intergalactic. Yeah. Apple and ham. Hold on. Hold on. Finish the ad.
Give me an ice cold shot, Ebo.
Of Jägermeister?
No, just say the word.
Oh, ice cold shots.
Connor?
Damn, that's cold.
Well, he said,
Ebo?
say ice cold shots.
Ice cold shots.
Ice cold shots.
Damn, that's cold.
Ice cold shots.
Damn, that's cold.
Ice cold shots.
Damn, that's
ice
cold.
cold shots.
Damn, that's cold. Damn, that's cold.
So
Zero degrees, by the way.
Yeah. All right. Cheers with frosty 0 degree Fahrenheit shots of Jägermeister. Damn, that's cold. Remember to check Jägermeister out at Jägermeister.com. Drink responsibly. Jägermeister liqueur, 35% alcohol by volume, imported by Mast Jägermeister U.S., White Plains, New York. Have you got the apple and ham thing ready?
No, I was thinking when you put like the apple and the pigs thing on the, but
in the spit?
it's too wordy. I'm gonna have to just punt.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What do you want to talk about, Nicholas?
Egg Bowl's a day game.
It is. It's a day game. It's Friday. It's 11 a.m.
Black Friday morning.
Yeah, which Mets probably won't show up.
No, that's a shame.
Yeah,
Is that bad?
Black
Is
Friday
that
every
bad
year.
for the Egg Bowl?
It's
I mean, if this is something minimal, a guy like you would still be outraged.
yeah. No, I I am so out on the Egg Bowl because we're so bad right now.
Okay.
That I think they could put it at midnight and I wouldn't be offended.
Okay.
I do think this is the first one we've had a chance to win in a while if we take a step forward, and if they take a step back, if that doesn't happen, I'll still probably ignore the Egg Bowl. I ignored it last year.
You didn't watch it.
I just let it happen. I
Weren't they
was ice fishing.
Weren't they up a little bit in the beginning?
So
and then
we played.
You somehow knew about it.
We played a lot better. Yeah, I was ice fishing out.
You didn't have service.
I was on Lake Winnipesaukee.
Yeah.
And you know how beautiful Lake Winnipesaukee is.
Stunning.
This time of year or that time of year, and I didn't get any of it. But then when it got close, I was able to miraculously get to a TV for a second, and then. The sturgeon were running on Lake Winnipesaukee.
Oh my God, the sturgeon!
The sturgeon. You ever got a hold of a good sturgeon?
It's. I've never bested one. It's a mighty beast.
Mm-hmm. Smart too. Some people call them brain sturgeons.
Wow. Good God, dude.
I'm tired.
That was quick-witted, man.
Yeah. No, it only took about a week and a half to set up.
Okay.
What do you want to talk about? Anything?
Some a little.
Sport. You said you want to talk about sports.
I have a question for everybody.
Right off the rip?
Sure.
Do you want us to do the topics of the sports
topics
from last night? Then you get to your question?
So it's basketball and hockey, and I'm fucking useless.
Yeah. Well, I'm useless on some of it. But basketball, I want to talk about football first.
Okay.
Specifically, I want to talk about North Carolina football. Specifically, I want to talk about the report that came out this morning. Jordan Hudson is banned from UNC's football facility.
I'm hearing from the boots on the ground reporters, the local reporters, who seem to have a finger on the pulse more than the national media.
Sure.
That's not true.
That's not true.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to sniff Kizzy on it. I was going to raise a flag and say, "Hey, I'm throwing a flag on the play." Doesn't make sense because wouldn't Bill Belichick be in charge of who's allowed inside the UNC football facility? Why would anybody in that athletic department have say over who can come in there if Bill Belichick does or does not want them in there?
Pretty sly move on his part if he wants her away, though. Just like, hey, they told me you're banned. I wish I could do something.
He just wants a break from the pussy.
What are UNC fans thinking right now?
I think UNC fans are a little bit like Colorado fans, that no matter what comes of the next 2 or 3 years, the attention.
You think it'll be 2 or 3?
I just said a number.
Yeah.
No matter what comes in the way of distractions, the attention is worth it. The spotlight is worth it. They're a team that's always had to fight for the football spotlight. Now they're going to have it regardless. And plus, you're so curious on how good of a football coach he can be at this level that you just kind of got to weather the girlfriend storm for a while.
So the best way to get people to be okay with this is if they're really good.
If you win, look at Alabama, look at places in the SEC. If you win, look at Georgia. If you win, people will put up with a lot of shit. Georgia players are out there killing people on the highway, and it's fine.
That's almost a rite of passage for Georgia.
Correct.
Yes.
So if you win, and listen, Colorado won what they win? 7 games last year, 8 games? I don't remember exactly what they were. But they are perfectly okay with it as long as you win. And North Carolina, if they win, I think the bar for North Carolina would be 8-4. If they're 8-4, Bill Belichick can fuck any 24-year-old in Chapel Hill that he wants.
Wow.
And
how do you think he's doing performance-wise?
I can't imagine great.
You don't think so?
Well, I can just go by my personal experience.
Do you think he tries to find loopholes in the rule book?
As far as so when it's time to get in the game, he's like, you think he's calling for early substitutions?
Yeah, something like that.
You think he's asking for, every team gets 3 timeouts a half. You think he's calling like 6 timeouts?
Do you think he ices her before she finishes?
Deflategate.
Yeah.
Performance enhancing
His
drugs.
balls were already deflated. Yeah.
You think she keeps a tight practice schedule?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
Her boyfriend before Bill was 65, no?
That's right. Which I never talked about it on this show. Does that make her better or worse?
Better, I think.
Better because
I think she has she has the resume to prove that maybe she is attracted to older men.
This isn't a one-off.
Yeah.
But it also, I don't know this about him. Is he also rich?
Bill Belichick?
No. The other guy.
I believe the other man was very rich.
Very rich.
Yeah.
So, okay, because it also makes it worse.
Right, you'd want to see a poor old man?
It gives her it gives her the built-in thing like, oh, I've been with old men before. This isn't one-off. Yeah, but he was also rich, so you're just chasing rich men.
If you were Bill, would you want her to be coming off of the young stud dating somebody her age?
No. This is best case scenario for Bill.
That's right. Yeah, look at this.
If you're Bill and the last person she was with was a 64-year-old who wasn't famous, and you have the cachet, then this is absolutely best case scenario for him.
A businessman. And she was wise beyond her years, and Bill said that as well.
Yeah,
but you really have to, like, you could say...
How long did they date?
That just means that she's really, really sucking.
Do you think I'll be rich enough by the time...
you're wise beyond your years. Good girl.
What?
What?
Wait, what? Hold on.
She dated an Austin Powers.
Zuckerman was an Austin Powers and Goldmember?
Also, if she's 24, we're starting to get in the gray area of how long did they date before 24?
What role did he play in Austin Powers and Goldmember?
Josh Zucker. That's not the same Zuckerman.
Yeah, no,
that's
it's
a 40-year-old
one.
Zuckerman.
That's a different Zuckerman.
Oh, dude, is that the Google AI? Google AI stinks.
I still, even though he's not fucking Jordon Hudson, I'd like to know what role he played in Austin Powers and Goldmember. You think it was a henchman?
Oh, I don't think it was that guy.
I know, but I still want this new guy.
It's this guy. Roll up. He was young evil.
Ah, he was young evil at the academy.
Different Zuck.
Mm-hmm. Did you like Austin Powers and Goldmember?
I was never really an Austin Powers. I was a little too young.
That strikes. I think you would have loved Austin Powers if it hit you in the right age.
Austin Powers ruined James Bond because James Bond used to be campy, and after Austin Powers came out, they had to go dead serious with it.
Yeah, they couldn't be campy anymore.
And that's why Kingsman took over with the campiness, and I quite like that.
Is Kingsman campy?
Very.
I never saw it.
Watch it.
Should.
Newer one, not my favorite.
Elton John's in it.
The Kingsman?
Oh no, that one was like a prequel, right?
Yeah.
PU on prequels.
Yeah.
I agree. If you start a story, a movie that's a story starting here, I don't want you to go back 4 years later and go back before that.
Well, I'll see a character. I'll be like, that person's perfectly safe.
Mm-hmm.
He's all
because I know he makes it to the next movie.
He makes it to the next movie.
Yeah, I don't like prequels. I agree, Connor.
Boy, I hope Darth Vader doesn't die.
Mm-hmm. Connor,
the Star Wars prequels to see the transition of Anakin Skywalker into Darth Vader. You know he's not going to die, but that's sick.
But you know Obi-Wan's fine. You know everything that's going to happen. Yeah, I want to see pod racing, sure. I want to see some cool fight choreography. Yeah. But the story itself, nobody gives a fuck about the Trade Federation, dude.
No, God no. Okay.
Just progress the story. Don't go backwards. That's why I don't give a shit about these Game of Thrones coming out.
Agreed. Connor, you're making a lot of noise over there.
Oh my God! I hope this house doesn't go extinct. This house that exists 500 years later.
I love it all.
What if there was
I eat it all up.
First Pokemon was born.
He got you.
Pokemon prequel plays because we.
Oh! That's early for the breaking news music. North Carolina has denied the Jordan Hudson report. While Jordan Hudson is not an employee of the University of Carolina Athletics, she is welcome to the Carolina football facilities.
Nick, you were right.
Yeah, you got to go to the local. Whenever a story like this breaks, I go to the local.
The troops on the ground.
Yeah.
This feels like something that was true, but because it got leaked, like maybe they were planning to do it, and then.
Well, this is
it
also
got leaked on a national show, and they're like,
are they getting 3D chess? Did Pablo Torre get like a? Because the other quote was that Jordan Hudson's family owns a sex museum.
That's right, sex.
Your podcast put out this graphic.
Let me tell you something.
But so does
You made that graphic, Brandon?
I got here this morning, and Lukey was making that graphic, and I said, "What are you doing?" And he said, "Making a graphic." And I was so sleepy and tired, I didn't proceed with the next question, and I didn't say, "Why the fuck are you making that graphic?" I simply turned and walked into my office, and I think that was a mistake because I deeply regret that graphic being on the.
You don't want to judge the spawn of a parent for what the parent did for a living, right?
No, I don't. I don't. Well, in this case, if the parent did something for a living, I never had a parent.
Well, yeah. Wait, let's make that graphic for you. Let's make that graphic for you. Drug dealer. Drug dealer / thief.
Time. He was never really a drug dealer.
Okay.
Drug addict.
Drug addict / thief.
Drug tradesman?
He'd be a tradesman?
Drug merchant?
Consumer?
He was in the universe.
He was in the...
he was union.
Yeah, he was in the consumption. Although he did get towards the end of his life, he did get 8 years penitentiary time for selling. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Well, however you want.
Yeah, so like that's
however
all
you
right.
want.
Kate Middleton's family owns a chain of sex stores.
Really?
Yes.
Didn't know that at all.
That's right.
Is she still okay?
She's been quiet.
Is she a robot still, or do they fake? Was she AI for a while?
It was cancer.
What's Pippa up to?
She was stunning.
I think.
Yeah, she was the hot piece of ass.
I think she fucked Michael Jordan's son.
No.
Pippa?
Pippa did?
It's Pippin.
That's Larsa.
Pippin.
That's Larsa.
Okay.
She also fucked Future.
Did she?
Yeah.
I thought that was Sierra.
She did too.
All right.
They made Future Jr.
Who's
And
Pippa?
Future has red hair now. Did you see that at the
What?
Met Gala?
Future's got red hair?
Future had like an Ice Spice situation at the Met Gala.
Future's a woman?
No.
No, but he's got red hair.
Oh.
Yeah, see? There he goes.
That's not
That's not red.
That's not red.
It's like strawberry blonde.
No.
That's just blonde.
It's like strawberry blonde. Yeah.
This is mine is strawberry blonde. His is just that's
TJ, pull up the
No, yours
TJ
is-
Colossal L graphic.
Yours is red. Yours is red.
No, it's not.
Yours is red.
You have red hair.
Beard is red.
You have red hair.
Strawberry blonde.
You have red hair and you give the best blowjobs on the show.
That's true.
I do not.
Teeth be damned.
Can we give that? Can we put that graphic out?
That ain't right.
Can we put?
Say psych.
Can we put the best blowjobs graphic out?
Blowjobs on the show ranked by. Have AI rank who would give the best blowjob on the show.
Pretty interesting.
I would say Connor 1, probably Ebo 2.
I'll do it.
Doesn't have to go to his knees.
And we stop the ranking there, I guess.
Yeah, I guess that's it. All right, throw Cody in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody got to do it.
Would you consider Pokemon Forever to be a prequel? Is that the
What are you
That's
doing?
the one where they
Arceus?
is that the one where they meet Entei? Or no, what's the one where they go back in time and meet Suicune?
Who?
Dude, I don't fucking know. I don't know. I'm a fucking fraud. I'm a fucking loser fraud.
He meets Professor Oak. Remember this? It's
Keep on doing this.
Pokemon Forever Best Friends.
I didn't watch Pokemon Forever Best Friends.
Did you not consume the shows? Did you only consume like the video games and
It
cards?
was just video games and cards for me. It was hard for me. I didn't know where to consume the show.
I still don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kids WB.
Yeah.
But there was a kids WB? I thought there was just
Is that where Animaniacs was?
No.
Is that where they resided?
Was it? I don't know. This was.
There was like Sonic X was on that.
Yeah.
I think.
I don't think I got any of that.
Sonic, yeah.
You had the Fox box and
I didn't have any of this shit.
and then you had
talking about.
Kids WB. I didn't have cable growing up, so that's all I had. Saturday morning cartoons.
And you had kids WB?
You'd go back
non-cable TV?
You'd go back between the CW and Fox.
How poor were you to not have cable in like 2009?
The
I don't know. My mom
Beyblade-
just like never wanted to get it.
Beyblade
Is that
show.
why?
I think there was a WWE show on that for a hot Saturday Morning Slam. Was that on WB Kids?
I never
I
saw
don't know any
Saturday
of
Morning
this.
Slam.
Mucha Lucha. You ever watch Mucha Lucha?
I watched Lucha Underground. Did you ever watch Lucha Underground?
Never watched Lucha Underground.
They had a wrestler who was like a monster who ate people.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they keep him caged up and couldn't let him out because he'd eat people.
Let me ask you a fucking sports question.
Fucking do it, man.
For the room.
Yeah. I just broke the big pencil.
What? We have 12 more.
Yeah, we have a lot. And that's not ours. That's the off-brand.
Okay.
That we
I bought
copy
that from the airport.
If there was somebody who's never consumed sports and you wanted to convince them to root for Mississippi State, what play do you show them? What is your fandom's pinnacle play?
Okay, so we have.
And this is for anybody.
All right. It's weird. I think the greatest play in Mississippi State University history is not a sport that we are traditionally good at.
Football?
No.
Basketball? Baseball? Soccer?
Golf? Hockey?
Rifle? Track? Bowling? Golf?
Academics?
I think if I were to say football, you introduce him to Dak Prescott and you do his play against LSU when he ran 75 yards on 3rd and 10 in 2014 and the run for us to be number one. But the best play in the history of Mississippi State University is Morgan William, women's basketball, 2017 or 18 against UConn. UConn has a 112-game winning streak in the Final Four, and she hits a buzzer beater to win it. And I'd like to see that play right now. Morgan William, buzzer beater.
So did they go on to win it all?
No.
So that kind of puts it
We only have one national title in the history of the school, and I'm not going to pick a baseball play from that year. There's nothing as iconic as that.
You'd be in that video?
I'm not. What?
You could show them your video.
I guess
of
I
it.
could be. I would be in that video. Football, it's going to be a Dak play. Watch this. Watch this right here. Watch this right here. So UConn has won 111 games in a row, and this girl brings it up. She don't know what to do. Just I don't want it. I don't want it. Morgan Williams, 5'1". She said, "I'll take it," and then boom, bitch.
Wow. And where were you?
I was
watching.
I was in Cartersville, Georgia.
Were you watching?
I was watching.
Okay.
Yes. I was all up in.
Oh, that was in overtime too.
Yeah, in the Final Four.
I couldn't tell because the score.
I was all up.
Oh yeah, that was a
Barn burner.
God damn.
You know what?
No.
Okay. All right. Hold on.
These are the answers I wanted, and I think it's interesting. Of if you had to share a play from your fandom, what would be your one play?
It would probably be Dak's run against LSU,
and they won that
game. We won that game.
Okay,
we hadn't beaten LSU in a while, and then we beat 3 straight top 10 teams to go to number 1. It's not a football history that is illustrious, but Dak was our guy.
Yeah,
and so it would probably be Dak. I'm trying to think basketball. We went to the Final Four in '96, but I don't remember a play that stands out from that.
TJ, what do you have from Rutgers?
Football, it's Jeremy Ito kicking a field goal to beat Louisville.
Hell yeah, dude. That would win anybody over.
And what I remember the play, he points at the fucking camera, right?
Yeah, he points at the camera, and then they go Pandemonium, Piscataway, and they storm the field. And then basketball would be the shot.
That you were at?
Ron Harper Jr. over to beat Purdue, buzzer beater.
What one thing in history to describe Penn State sports would you use, Connor?
Yeah.
I would use the play where probably Marcus Allen scoops up the block field goal against Ohio
There's
State.
A lot for Penn State. You could shower us with them right now.
Yeah.
Grant Haley, or Marcus Allen blocked it, and then Grant Haley picked it up and ran
a lot of boys.
Or Saquon Barkley in the Rose Bowl, juking everybody out of their shoes against USC. Either of the two, probably.
Yeah, it's a history to be proud of.
Absolutely.
And what about you for West Virginia?
So I was thinking about this on the drive in today, and all of our best plays, losses.
Really?
Yeah. Tavon Austin against Oklahoma. Lost.
Sure. Yeah.
Quincy Wilson's run.
There's not a Pat White play?
I think it would have to be Darwin Cook in the Orange Bowl, that 100-yard fumble recovery.
Okay. All right. What about, did Pittsnogle not have a play?
I mean,
do they have a buzzer beater in that run?
That was Deshaun Butler had a couple buzzer beaters.
All right. West Virginia is a lot better athletic program than they've been acting like over the last 5 years.
It's 10
years. Yeah. Growing up, like West Virginia was major for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Major Harris.
There was Major Harris in the 80s, and then there was nothing that. People can talk about whatever they want. There was nothing cooler than Pat White and Steve Slayton and Noel Devine and
it was
and
cool.
all those guys in like 2006, 2007.
Fun team to play as.
It's a shame Rich Rod left because who knows what would have happened.
Imagine if he was still there.
It'd be tough.
Yeah.
Is he still alive?
I don't know.
Okay.
My uncle is a West Virginia grad, and he is very convinced that joining the Big 12 was the death of West Virginia sports. Because it created an environment
better than staying in the Big East.
I think his thought process was basically just like you now have. They were the first team that had to travel like 800 to 1,000 miles to every single game.
That's on them though. Their academics are just too shitty to join anywhere else.
Yeah.
Big Ten wouldn't sniff them. ACC doesn't want them.
It doesn't feel like they belong anywhere now that they're in a place where they don't belong. But they should be in the ACC.
No, they
Why not?
They should be.
Yeah,
but. It's not a school that the ACC wants to associate with.
Are you telling me does Pitt have great academics?
Yes.
Okay. Does Louisville have great academics?
Probably better.
North Carolina had fake classes for years.
Yeah.
UNC and Virginia.
Florida State. Florida State.
That's what ruins it.
And there's also there's very good private schools in there. Like, you got Wake and Duke.
Well, Miami's a private school,
Yeah.
Yeah, they got good schools, but there has to be a balance in the conference. You got your good academic schools, you got your Vanderbilts, and then you got your not so great academics.
Is the SEC picky about that?
No.
Okay.
Not even kinda.
Yeah.
You don't even have to prove to us you're a school.
Yeah.
Just whatever. You got a football team? We'll
take you.
And we got Vanderbilt for the grades.
Yeah, that's nice. That's my favorite campus.
Vanderbilt?
Yeah.
Why?
Felt like Hogwarts.
Really?
Yeah, it was awesome.
I don't know that I've been to a basketball game at Vanderbilt. That was in 1991. I saw Shaquille O'Neal got his autograph on a $5 bill.
Oh yeah. You talked about that a lot.
Yeah, a lot. That's pretty much all I talk about.
Yeah. That had to have been tough not to be able to spend that $5 bill for you.
I lost it.
Did you?
Yeah, it's somewhere. My mama's got it probably.
Wow.
Hopefully she brings it up. She's coming up this weekend. What?
I almost made a joke about rolling up $1. You found it rolled up under your dad's bed, right? But I didn't. I didn't make the
your
joke.
dad.
I didn't make the joke.
Your late father.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't make that joke.
But you.
Look at this. I tried to put it in the chat GPT to see which one of us would give the best sexual performance.
Uh-huh.
And it said no thank you, but it could write it in a satirical form. So here's the Barstool Certified Lover Board.
Wait a second. Hold on.
Yeah, the silent assassin sounds right.
Go down.
Yeah.
Go down.
Unfortunately, that checks out.
Nick Delaney, the silent assassin. Nick doesn't say much.
For a man that talks for a living.
But when he does, it's devastatingly smooth.
Mm-hmm.
The man gives off mysterious librarian energy with just enough chaos to keep things spicy. Women love an enigma, and Nick is basically an emotional escape room.
Yeah. So I've noticed AI sexually really likes me.
Can I tell you, have I told you about the lady that DMs me that is in love with you?
No.
There's a lady that DMs me that is absolutely in love with you,
Mm-hmm.
and she will DM me. She never DMs me anything about me or my day. She DMs me and says, "Nick, look hot today. Can you tell him?" I've told you before. Yesterday,
That makes me comfortable.
she said you're a 10 of 10, but you have celiac disease, and that takes away.
Damn.
So
That's really nice.
anyway,
Go back to the silent assassin. Who was the silent assassin?
It was you, Nick.
Holy shit.
Nick doesn't say much, but when he does, it's devastatingly smooth.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I guess. As my voice cracks.
Mark Titus, the Midwest Maverick, clean-cut, tall basketball background, and the kind of guy who knows when to light a candle. He's got ex-college athlete charm and Indiana softness.
Mm-hmm.
A sleeper pick with sneaky boyfriend potential and strong stamina from years of Big Ten cardio.
Now, sleeper pick can't be 2.
That I don't think so. Unless the rest of the group is terrible.
Right.
And I think that's where we're going.
I don't know. The technician TJ.
As the stream lord and master of behind-the-scenes wizardry.
Wow.
Did you write that?
No.
TJ approaches romance with precision.
I mean, that first sentence will make any pussy error. Stream lord.
He's the kind of guy who sets the
master
mood
of-
with perfectly synced lighting and a playlist titled Certified Pregame. Overlook him at your peril.
Oh my God, that was a threat.
At your peril.
that was a bona fide threat.
Connor Griffin, as a lover, is the wild card.
Yeah.
Connor has
What the fuck is that?
Unhinged. That's actually pretty.
Connor has this is perfect.
That's actually describes you really well.
Connor has unhinged youth pastor energy, chaotic, passionate, and will absolutely write you a poem at 3 a.m. That's true, right?
Yeah.
You've written.
I had,
How many girls have you written a poem for?
Well, I was in middle school, a couple.
That's way too many.
What
was your rhyme scheme?
Might accidentally light your curtains on fire.
ABAB.
Oh my God.
Cody Miles is the method actor. Cody has deep introspective vibes and probably role plays as a historical seducer in private. He brings intensity and emotion, but you'll either be swept off your feet or ghosted because he's lost in a script. High ceiling, high risk.
He's a high risk lover.
Ebo, the strategist. Ebo thinks 8 moves ahead. How would you? Do you have 8 moves when you're laying down with somebody?
His bag is deep.
You gotta- he thinks
My move 5 is come.
My move 4 is
my move 2 is come.
Oh shit!
Ebo thinks 8 moves ahead, which can either be a brilliant night or overthinking himself out of the game. Analytical with flashes of confidence, but might need a pep talk from Big Cat before.
What?
Hey,
Wait, have
Ebo, next time it's time to do what you got to do.
I'll give him a call.
Call Big Cat.
Yeah, I'll call him.
Have you ever overthought yourself soft?
You're called
Sorry,
Big Cat,
I
right?
thought too much earlier. This never happens.
Let's see. I'm the power forward. SEC dad energy, powerful but distracted by SEC football rankings. Might forget why he entered the room, but he'll apologize sincerely and quote Mississippi lore while doing it. Charismatic and cuddly, but gets winded going upstairs.
Okay.
It's pretty accurate.
All of this had, like, each person's characteristics, like, was scary considering AI. How do they know that much?
I refuse to believe my dick game is 7th on this show.
Ah,
It's not 7th. I'm ahead of at least
I bet you.
Two of y'all.
I bet you're higher than you think.
I bet I am
Yeah.
too.
You do have 4 kids. It's pretty.
Yeah, I got 4.
I don't
evident.
like equating kids to sexual prowess.
But it's proof that I've had sex.
You got swimmers.
Connor has 0 proof he's had sex.
That is true.
I have a kid.
Yeah, there's none.
Ebo has 0 proof a woman has ever touched him at all.
Let's race. Let's race sperm.
No, I can't.
Yeah, that's what I
Well, yours is so fresh. It has fresh legs. It's never been used.
Come. All right. Game time. What, Connor?
I was just gonna say they called Mark the Midwest Maverick. He loves Top Gun Maverick. Like that was good.
That was worth stopping the ad for, I think.
I didn't realize you.
What was your nickname?
The wild card, the youth pastor energy.
Ebo, the strategist. What were you?
The strategist.
The strategist. Yeah, I like to say the strategist.
strategic.
What was yours?
Strategic.
Silent assassin.
The silent assassin. Have you already changed your social media
That's
profiles?
that. Yes.
NBA playoffs are here. The only place to buy hard-to-get playoff tickets is Game Time, the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. With killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat, their lowest price guarantee, Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying NBA playoff tickets. Prices on the app actually go down closer it gets to tip-off. You can save up to 60% when buying last-minute tickets. The playoffs are this week in multiple sports. They've got the best deals. So if you want to go out and see the hockey playoffs, if you want to go out and see the NBA playoffs, you're going to find an amazing deal for great seats on Game Time. What are you waiting for? Go buy those playoff tickets right now. Take the guesswork out of buying NBA playoff tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code MOSTLY for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code MOSTLY, MOSTLY, for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. What time is it? Game Time.
Good read, brother.
Thank you very much. I have a son here. My daughter just said, or my sister just texted me and said, "Am I allowed to get him McDonald's?" Sure. Whatever. I guess. Yeah. I guess.
10:30, so he'll be getting lunch, I'd imagine.
Yeah. And I'll just say.
Have you gotten him Chick-fil-A yet this morning?
No, we went to the restaurant across the street.
Nice.
He had chocolate chip pancakes.
They have good oatmeal.
They have a lot of things. It's a good breakfast place. I had a question for you. I do want to talk about the Draymond situation in a minute, so I'm going to get there. You have ruined my my future plans for world domination. I was gonna I've been getting into cards, and I was gonna put out videos of my growing card collection, but you do it in a much funnier way.
You can do
I
it.
can't do it.
Well, here's the thing about mine.
Yeah.
I'm not actually enjoying collecting because I'm getting stuff for pretty weak wordplay jokes.
Yeah, and it's putting you into financial ruin, I understand?
Each video, yes. Kyle went to Hawaii.
You bought a Rosa Parks card to put on the Jerome Bettis bus.
I have no savings account.
By the way, where'd you get that sick-ass Japanese Garfield hoodie?
Don't ask him to say lasagna. You got it from you.
Yeah, I bought it for him. Okay, so my question is, when you buy these, when you go to build your card collection, and you're saying, I'm going to go to eBay and I'm going to find something. What's the process? What's the thought process? You just think of the most random celebrity ever, and I'm saying I'm going to buy a lock of their hair, or do you just go to eBay and let the wind take you where it takes you?
So what I do is I'm a little bit like Matthew McConaughey, right? One for me, one for them. So I'll buy a card that I want, and then I will buy a card that fits the joke that follows afterwards. But sometimes it's a little, I don't know. I bought some famous hairs, some strands of hair.
You got Garth Brooks.
I got Garth Brooks in yesterday.
Yeah.
And I have a bid in for a mummy.
A mummy's hair, or
mummy's hair?
What mummy?
Yours.
Just she'd probably just send it.
Yeah, she would. Yeah, I have a bid in for mummy hair.
Do you want to go? At the end of the month, they're having a retirement party down there. Do you want to go?
For your ma?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
At the end of this month?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
May 29th, I got to go down there because she's moving up here, and they're giving her a retirement.
She's also moving up here in June.
Mm-hmm.
We should do a housewarming party. / Titus birthday party.
Is his birthday in June?
Yeah.
It's at the end of June, though, isn't it?
No.
25th.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. That's close to the end.
It's kind of smack dab in the middle.
28th?
I am the 28th.
June?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same as John Elway.
Really?
Think so.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Connor, who's your famous
Big mouth.
birthday partner?
Mine's Walt Disney.
Oh, who's got the best? Ebo?
I think it's Jimmy Fox.
I think I've done it. We've done this on this show.
That's fine.
All right.
I don't care. TJ?
I don't. Dave Matthews.
I got Thomas Jefferson.
That's really good.
Yeah. Well, not really.
Why not?
He owned slaves. I never got to.
Jealousy, just from a pure jealousy perspective.
All right. So,
But he got him pregnant.
I got
At
Sean
least.
Paul.
what?
Sean Paul. Sean Paul.
Oh, I had no idea
I-
what you were saying.
I thought you were saying Nepal.
I didn't know that's what Sean Paul looked like.
I know that's what Dave Matthews looked like.
Yeah, South African.
Really?
Yeah.
Like Nick Price.
I don't know Nick Price.
He's a South African.
Oh,
He's a golfer.
I can't really name two. Is Ernie Els South African?
Yes.
All right, your turn.
South African roulette.
There's
South African.
definitely more.
I got one.
Uh,
I'll go.
I think TJ has one. I bet you TJ takes whatever one you're about to think of. TJ, say it.
Dricus Duplessis.
Yep.
what did you say?
UFC.
Yeah.
The guy that Matt Damon played from Invictus.
Nice.
Mhm. The rugby star he played in Invictus.
Very nice.
That was a good movie that just kind of came and went. Nobody quotes that.
There's a couple of movies like that I call them one-time watches.
Yeah.
They're very good, but it's a one-time watch.
One time's enough.
Yeah.
And they just kind of get lost to history.
Do you ever get sad whenever you're just like, I won't ever do that again in my life? When I left Lawrence, Kansas, I got a little sad because I was like, I'm never going to be in Kansas ever again. That's the only time in my life.
I don't know that you can rule that out.
I can rule out Kansas.
Yeah, this place sends us to a lot of stupid ass places. This place gets some crazy ideas sometimes.
Yeah, you're right.
So I can't rule anything out, especially in the 48 states. I can't. I feel like they could send us anywhere at any time.
Yeah.
I almost went to Boise, Idaho last year.
That's not too crazy.
Not too crazy, but why would I ever go to Boise, Idaho?
But you don't get sentimental when you're like, I'll probably never be here again.
Yeah, well, I've probably done a lot of things for the last time already.
That's pretty sad.
So-
or that's kind of exciting because everything you experience is new.
Yeah.
What do you think you've done for the last time recently?
I actually thought about this the other day, and now I can't remember.
You've
what
certainly
it was.
gotten your last professional raise.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I think.
Well, God damn.
I think we can go even higher.
No, we can't.
yeah.
It is not in the budget.
I think we can go even higher. Fuck. I probably had my last first day at a new job.
No.
What am I going to do after this place? I'm ruined.
Local radio.
They don't have it.
Yeah.
What am I
you're right.
going talking to a cow's ear and it comes out his butthole?
I think you get poached up pretty quick once you slip up here.
I like the way you say that.
Yeah.
I like the way you say when your contract ends. No, you don't say that. You say once you fuck up.
It won't be on your terms.
Yeah, but there's a history of Mississippi guys fucking up and being fine here.
Yeah, but there was no major fuck up, right?
Well,
It was.
also, he's not a Mississippi guy. I don't.
Is there a common man job you could see yourself going and doing after this?
Yeah.
That you like all the Barstool stuff said and done. You're like, I'm gonna go work a normal job. What are you working?
I was thinking about that this morning. Sometimes, like,
I don't know if I could go back just because of not even if I wanted to.
I was in that kerfuffle with Iowa fans again this week, and I just,
Oh, yeah.
it's like a bead of honey every time they come up. I get into it with them, and it's stupid on my part, stupid on their part. But I was thinking about it, like, sometimes I wish I could just go work an anonymous job in Mississippi and just not do any of this. But I know for a fact, if I were working an anonymous job in Mississippi, I'd want to do this way more.
There are pros and cons. I wouldn't trade this. This is really fun, but I do miss the Friday 4:00 feeling, and you could check out of work, not think about it, not worry about your boss tweeting about you and to a million people.
Yeah, and it sucks here because here we don't get the Friday 4:00 feeling because we leave at like 2:15.
Yeah, we have the Friday like around 11:30 feeling.
Yeah. I don't know. It would be hard. I don't know.
Could you teach? Do you think you'd ever?
Oh, that's what I think I would love. I would love to do that.
That's my retirement plan.
I don't have a college degree, so I couldn't teach. But
You could
You could
adjunct.
in West Virginia.
could I?
Yeah.
You could be an adjunct for sure.
Yeah.
Do you know that Mississippi's just racing up the education rankings?
They just surpassed New York.
Yeah, and California. I thought,
What's
or Texas.
going on?
Yeah, we're cruising right now.
What number you guys at?
We're up to 35, Playboy.
Hell no! What?
Shit.
That's pretty. That's pretty good, TJ.
You're never catching Virginia though, or Maryland.
Are they number one?
I don't know.
They're them or Connecticut.
No, it's like
right?
Vermont or New Hampshire, right? That's got like 17 students.
yeah.
Maine.
Minimum qualified players. We do it for sports.
Yeah.
I don't think they have enough qualified players in Vermont.
Not enough
to
at
be
bats
the
in Vermont?
rankings. Yeah.
TJ, pull up the rankings of education. That's good on you guys.
Thanks. We're moving. We are.
It's as soon as your mom left. They got smarter, man.
We were 50th forever.
Yeah.
Forever. My whole life.
Read it and suck, motherfuckers.
Let's see. Jersey.
Hey, we're learning here. Hey.
So number 1, number 2, Colorado.
That doesn't make sense. Florida, huh?
Yeah, Utah, Massachusetts, Wyoming. See, there's not enough at bats right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, this doesn't defend why I can't fucking type for shit.
Wisconsin, South Dakota.
That's like there's a lot of data on like,
Connecticut, I thought would be higher.
I'm pretty sure like states like Wyoming like end up having like the highest average SAT score because 90% of the state doesn't take.
You could just skip through most of this because we got to get
dude.
at least to the 30s.
Are we not even top 25?
Virginia passed
is.
up California.
All right, here we go, boys.
This might not be
Here
an
we go,
updated
boys.
list, bro.
Oh, 34, bitches.
You went up one since
Where's Virginia?
Fuck you,
past
Delaware. Oh, if Virginia's mine.
Ebo.
What the heck?
Ebo.
Where are we?
Ebo, dummy of the show. Oh, my God.
Did we just skip you? Are you
we
not a
got-
state name?
Virginia was on there. Virginia was on
Okay.
there.
Unranked. Honorable mention.
It was in the 10 to 20 range.
Receiving votes.
Damn, we just passed it. Oh, was that it? Nope, that was Vermont.
There it is.
Oh, 15.
If you got rid of like half
In
the state, would be
education.
1. I think that's true for every state, but
Oh, my God.
Look at us.
Look at you, man.
Look
50%
at
are
us go.
college educated?
Yeah, my high school was like a public school that people like moved to try and go to. I was a minority in my high school.
Indian?
Indian and Asian, yeah.
Yeah.
55%.
I was going to say a fat.
Yeah. I was one of those.
Ugh.
Shout out WWP.
Who?
WWP. West Windsor, Plainsboro.
Yeah, big shout out. Fuck it.
Yeah.
No, but I that would be my, I don't know, like,
You went to WWP.
I went to West Windsor, Plainsboro North.
You went to WP.
I did.
I went to WP.
Wow.
Isn't that
Whoa.
crazy?
That is crazy. Boys?
I went to JWR.
I went to W. We didn't have a
You didn't have a P?
no P.
No P.
Have you seen his high school AV club shit?
No.
My AV. It wasn't AV club.
He was like the host of the daily show at his high
Oh,
school.
yeah.
Not daily.
Yeah, I have seen that.
What, weekly?
It was bi-weekly. It was the school news. Yeah.
It was a weekly show with buys on it.
Yeah, yeah.
And
That's the magazine he gets.
NASCAR.
Do your ad read. I want to talk sports after this.
Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez is the crown jewel of the NASCAR and Mexico series. Well, once Mostly Sports does a Mexican Star Wars, everybody just jumps. NASCAR's right
Yep,
in there.
yep.
They're doing
See.
the Mexico series.
See.
Tight corners and fast straights push drivers to their limits with door-to-door battles all race long. Anything can happen in Mexico City where bold moves and dramatic finishes are part of the show. The fan experience is electric with passionate crowds, nonstop energy, and a celebration of motorsports culture. Tickets are going fast, so lock yours in now at NASCAR.com and don't miss the excitement. Feel the adrenaline in Mexico City. Get your NASCAR Cup Series ticket now for edge-of-your-seat racing action. Secure your seat today at NASCAR.com. NASCAR.com.
Wonton Don's down there right now.
Yeah,
Mexico City.
that's
Scout.
right. That's right.
I'm mad at him.
At Wonton for calling you
Fat McAfee.
Fat McAfee.
Because he did it in the office just between me and him, and he said, "Has anybody ever called you Pat McAfee or Fat McAfee?" And I said,
McAfee.
"No, Donnie, they haven't." He said, "Do you like it?" I said, "No, I don't." He said, "Okay." And then a week later, he said he came back to me and he held up the phone and said, "I'm going to do the Fat McAfee tweet."
Okay.
And I was like, "Don't do that."
Look at this. So
I didn't
almost
see this.
7,500. Now, and Pat McAfee responded.
Yeah.
Okay, let's think of another sports media personality and make that a fat spin to it.
Do you look?
Could
like
you do
Pat
better?
McAfee?
I don't look like Pat McAfee at all.
don't
Name
think
a
you look like him at all.
name a sports media personality.
Pat Summerall. I'm just doing Pat.
Fat. Yeah.
Okay. John Madden.
Okay.
John Fatten.
Fat Johnin.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking good.
John and Joe Buck.
Mo Chuck.
Yeah.
I'm not the guy for this.
Yeah, not the guy. Takes a big man to admit it.
Bob Costas.
Yeah, I guess Fat McAfee's the best one.
Probably. I mean, anything you just. I mean, Pat
Blob Costas.
Fuck.
Yeah.
God damn it. Am I Blob Costas?
You're Blob
I'm,
Costas.
I'm closer to Bob Costas than I am Pat McAfee.
Let's
Oh, Blob Costas.
can we talk puck?
Yes.
Not the game. The branding of the Mammoth. Have you guys talked Mammoth?
Okay, so I was going to. I wanted to ask you about this. This was on my list. The Utah Mammoth the Utah Hockey Club did rebrand to the Utah Mammoth this week.
Yeah.
They came out with the logo. You are a logos guy.
Yeah.
Can I predict what you think?
Yeah.
I don't think you like it. I don't think you like that logo at all. I think you don't like the tusk going one way and the trunk going there.
It's a little weird, the crossing. I wish the tusk was a little bit more like a U.
Yeah.
On the Mammoth itself. It's very, very modern. I like it more than the Kraken. I don't like that teams are not intentionally, it seems, not adding an S with the Kraken and the Mammoth.
Sure.
It's a little WNBA. This is a little bit creative team, a little bit e-sporty. But TJ, pull that back up. Colors are great. I love the mountains on the back of the Mammoth.
Let me stop you there. I don't like the mountains.
You don't like
I
the
think
mountains?
teams are forcing mountains. Colorado Avalanche is right next door. Colorado Rockies. The Colorado teams are all mountain branded. Yeah. Leave the mountains to Colorado.
Well, TJ, can you zoom in on the left, the top left Mammoth? Top left. Now, what do you see in the top left of that logo?
Those are some mountains.
What's the top left one? The top left shape.
Is that an M?
It's Utah with an M. That, I think, will be their logo there soon.
Ah, that's Utah.
With the M at the bottom, and it kind of looks like...
That should just be their logo.
That should be their logo.
That should be their logo.
Shit. Yeah.
It look good on a hat.
It's just that would look good on their shoulders, probably.
That's way better of a logo.
And I think that's just a little sprinkle they put in there.
It's kind of a test run. See if anybody notices.
I think it is.
You noticed that?
A few people did in the forums. I can't take credit for that.
You're in you're in logo forums?
There's this website called Brand New, under consideration Brand New, and it's where a bunch of people critique new logos and rebrands.
Are they?
Are you an active poster?
No, I'm not an active.
Are they assholes about it?
Yeah, sometimes, but you can. It has like a grading system. You can rank how the rebrand did.
How'd this one do?
Pull it up.
Brand new
under consideration. Just Google that. Yeah, but I think that element of it really cool. I think the colors are great, and I mean, you can't be phony with of course it's a modern logo. It's existed for fucking 3 days.
Yeah.
It's pretty tough to and you can go by sports. You see by industry.
Sports, sure.
Wow,
It's pretty fucking sick, right?
They're new.
I don't know. I don't even know if the Mammoth made this yet. I was on logo design subreddit for the Mammoth one.
How many different logo forums are you on?
There's a lot of cool ones. It's a cool little world, but that's they were talking about that little element and how that's probably going to go a little bit further, because it's reminiscent of the Golden Knights. Because people were shitting on the Golden Knights for not using a Knights helmet; they used a Spartans helmet, but they chose that helmet so it could have the V in the negative space.
So they went with Utah Mammoth instead of Utah Mammoths. Even
the plural of mammoth is mammoth, right?
No, it's mammoths.
Is it?
We looked it up the other day.
It's
mammoths, but mammoth
so it's
is impossible to say.
Mammoths.
Mammoth.
Yes.
It takes a lot of work. And mammoth is easier to say, but it's incorrect.
The Wonka candy spree. What's the plural of that, man?
Spree?
Is it just spree?
I think it's spry.
That might be spry. Handful of spry.
You like spree?
Love.
I don't.
Come on.
I do.
But yeah, the Mammoth, decent. Better than Kraken, worse than Golden Knights of the last 3.
People fall all over themselves to love the Kraken, and I don't.
You think so?
I think there are a lot of people that like it.
The main logo's weird.
No, I'm just saying
a tentacle with
an
eye.
The name, the Kraken. People are like, "Oh, that's unique and it's out there and it's."
I'm fine for mythological or hell Lovecraftian mascots. You know H.P. Lovecraft?
I don't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You named his cat.
I did?
I thought so.
What's his cat?
Don't Google it. Don't Google it.
Well, I'm Googling it. He doesn't have to do it, but I'm...
Yeah, the Kraken, I like the anchor with the Space Needle.
The Bussin' with the Boys account the other day tweeted out a picture of a possible Titans logo, which took the old Houston Oilers oil derrick, turned it upside down.
Love that thing's named a derrick, by the way.
And made it a sword. A Titan sword.
A Titan is such a cool fucking thing for a flaming thumbtack logo.
Isn't that pretty awesome?
There's no way that the whoever like who has the IP for the Oilers.
They're not gonna. Well, the Titans do, don't they?
I mean, they
Own it.
Did they leave the history with?
Okay.
Okay.
They have it all.
Okay, so they can use.
They
it.
could do it.
That should be their logo.
And also, since we're here, the Titans should give that history and logo back to Houston. And
Certainly.
Houston Texans should become the Houston Oilers.
Yes.
But that's neither here nor there.
Well, it happened recently with the Hornets, right? How did they swap back?
It happened there, and then the Browns back in the day gave the Ravens gave the Browns back to Cleveland.
Did the Pelicans? How did this work?
The Hornets moved to New Orleans, and then they rebranded the Pelicans and gave Charlotte the Hornets back.
Okay.
Correct?
So where's the history?
I think
That's so dumb.
I think like
history rights.
like Glenn Rice's records or Glenn Rice's scoring records from the 90s. Do they belong to the Pelicans?
But belonging is so dumb.
I don't know.
It's the name on the jersey.
I don't fucking know. I don't. Here, can I just what, Evo?
I was going to ask Nick a question about graphic design. If he remembers growing up, because I have this and it's like so entrenched in my sports fan, like growing up, becoming of age. Do you remember these Nike Elite edits that were coming out all over the place in like 2010, 2011, when people like did not want Reebok to be the NFL jersey company, and people were making these like fake like Nike Elite edits?
I don't remember that.
TJ, I don't know if you can like pull like 2010.
They didn't want Reebok to take over the jerseys?
Reebok had the jerseys, and people wanted it was like Nike Elite like 2010 football edits, and these were like the hottest thing in the streets. At least like I don't know, every Bleacher Report article was like ranking the top 10.
Evo is our streets correspondent.
Oh, really? He's got his finger to the pulse.
Yeah, of the
Urban
streets.
correspondent.
Yeah. What are the streets saying today, Evo?
Streets are. I haven't talked to the streets yet today.
Okay, all right. Well, the streets don't wake up early anyway. That's fine. I
don't know.
I'll try to find it.
Draymond Green.
Yeah.
Nike Pro Combat NFL edits.
What do you think about this for a potential Utah Mammoth throwback?
I think that's a slap in the face to the Arizona fans.
But they are the Arizona.
But are the Arizona fans following them to Utah?
How many Arizona fans are there? If there were Arizona fans, they wouldn't be going to Utah.
That's just really fucking cool.
It's really cool. That's way better.
Because it's Arizona themed. Arizona has a cool identity.
Isn't it also Southwest themed? And Utah's technically in the Southwest.
Utah is just different, though.
What are the shortest state borders in the country?
Shortest?
Mm-hmm.
Like the shortest amount of space between two states that touch?
Yep.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a tie.
It's a tie.
Mm-hmm.
They're the same amount of length.
Mm-hmm. Both 0 miles.
So they don't have it. Fucking California and Maine?
No, it's Colorado and New Mexico border each other, but they only touch in the corner.
Oh.
And Arizona and Utah border each other, but they only touch in the corner.
Oh, that's real. Oh, the Four Corners.
Yeah. But then like I think Oklahoma and Missouri has like a 20-mile border.
Okay.
I think Delaware and Pennsylvania have like a 12-mile border.
How much coastline does New Hampshire have?
0, right?
No, they have like.
Do they?
Yeah.
They get some?
I think they're in double-digit miles.
I don't think they get to the ocean.
I think they have coastline.
I'll have to look up the Northeast.
There's just no. I mean, where would we ever find that?
I don't know. We have a couch of Googlers.
Maine is sneaky coastline.
Well, that's not sneaky coastline. Maine's all coastline.
Maine's sneaky a lot of coastline.
They did Jaws there.
What do you mean Maine's sneaky a lot? It's a coastal state.
Yeah.
These two states just benefit from being so small.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, the border finds this list.
Yeah,
which is 40 miles long.
I don't know about the voice.
Moving on, we have our fourth place, which is the New Mexico-Oklahoma border.
Mm-hmm.
Two states that also have very long borders, but meet for just 34 miles. Moving on, we have a tie for fourth place.
Yep.
That's
with the
pretty cool.
Missouri-Oklahoma border,
Right there at the end.
which is a
They're
small
sneaky
straight
borders.
If you had
border
if you had to
in the northeast
redesign
border
the
of
state
Oklahoma.
borders, what would you do?
Oh, I'd
you wouldn't
love
go
to do
grid,
that.
would you?
I wouldn't go grid.
I want California to nab Baja California from Mexico.
I have always said that.
Have you actually?
Why have we?
We talked about it on the show.
That might be the
No.
coolest part of North America.
It might be the best part of the world.
It might be the best part of the world, and we just let them. We just let.
They don't
Mexico
have
it.
access to it.
I don't understand. It's just hanging down there. California can take that, no problem.
I want it.
No problem.
I want Baja so bad, man.
If you had to merge two states to get rid of it, if they
Let's say we add a new state,
okay,
Canada,
sure,
or one of our territories.
but we want to stay at 50.
Yeah, for flag's sake.
Yeah. I mean, the easy answer is Vermont and New Hampshire. There's no reason those are two separate states, right?
I don't think Vermont would want New Hampshire.
Why? What's Vermont got?
Vermont's
against New Hampshire?
snooty.
Are they?
Yeah,
What's New Hampshire? Are they
lumberjacks.
really?
I think they're culturally.
They're the rural.
They're the rural Vermontians.
They're the.
I could be very wrong.
They're your
I'm
old.
kind of guessing and making this up.
Are New Hampshire people your old yak characters of the? What was the Hicks that were elitists?
Oh,
the aristocrats. that were-
something from the sticks.
Yeah.
The libs from the sticks.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that was Roan, I think.
I thought that was you and NKB.
I think it was Roan.
Oh, I give credit to you and KB for all the funny.
Really
things we got.
appreciate that. Really appreciate
Yeah, I
that.
apologize.
I mean, North and South Dakota would be too big.
Too big, and it's too easy too.
I think I don't even know if I would eliminate a state. I think I would just reshape them.
How would you reshape them? West Virginia. You know why you would want to reshape? Because y'all got the worst shape.
I want to reshape.
Yeah, but y'all got the worst shape. That's
you think
why
we
you
have the
want to
worst shape.
You got a
I'd
funky
rather
shape.
I'd rather be that than square.
I bet you. Right now we're going to use those two as guinea pigs. Draw West Virginia.
I'd rather.
I bet they don't get close.
They'll get close.
I bet they don't get close.
They'll
we have a whiteboard?
Ebo will get close. Connor will. We'll see.
Cody, bring us a whiteboard and a marker, please.
Cody, bring us 2 pieces of paper.
No, because they don't show up on paper very well.
I got Sharpies.
All right, well, I have paper right here then. There you go. Here's your paper. You two both draw West Virginia right now.
Thanks, pal.
Virginia.
Brandon, I need you to unblock Matt McClure.
Why?
I don't know.
Should we do this?
He probably was an asshole on Twitter.
He didn't do anything.
Okay.
So I like you.
Okay.
Jersey isn't a good shape.
Little peanut.
Nevada's cool.
Nevada's a great shape.
What state?
Idaho's a
So
great shape.
I like looking at I like looking at countries of like what would be the best weapon. Like Croatia.
Well, I mean, Florida's a gun.
Yeah, but like I think of like you get this shape and it's just the shape.
All right. Well, Idaho.
Like which one wouldn't you want thrown at you? Nevada.
I tell you what, you could throw South Carolina at me all day. I think I'm okay.
It's gonna bounce right off you.
Yeah. Is Oklahoma a hatchet or a meat cleaver?
Yeah. What could do the most damage here?
Florida.
Are we assuming the edges are sharp?
You'd have to.
Okay, because Oklahoma is going to be dangerous. Florida's dangerous.
I mean, imagine getting hit with Massachusetts.
How would you even wield Texas? How would you grab Texas?
Texas doesn't have a handle.
I don't know where you would grab Texas.
You grab it here.
Oklahoma. Yeah.
You put your.
Why'd you say that in sexy voice?
I think you're gonna cut your.
grab it here.
Well,
Grab it
because
right
that's the motherfucking.
That's
You
the
put your
left-hand's name
finger
already.
on this like a
It's a
trigger.
technician.
Definitely.
That's the motherfucking technician over there.
I'm technical with it.
Oklahoma, you do the most damage with. It's perfect.
Hawaii's.
Oh no, Idaho.
Oh yeah, Hawaii's a mess. What are you gonna do
you'd
with
have
Hawaii?
ammo, dude. It'd be like throwing stars.
Yeah, I guess.
Swing, 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 swing.
What?
That's
Swing,
each,
swing,
each
swing.
island.
Do you guys have West Virginia yet?
Yeah.
Well, they were
Alright.
looking at it up there.
Well, I'd already finished. but-
Okay. Connor?
It looks like a turkey.
Looks like a thought bubble in a cartoon.
Dude, that's a huge sperm.
that's
I kind of viewed it as a.
that's Mince's sperm right there.
Yeah.
I viewed it as a funky saxophone.
Ebo?
I knew it had the tall piece.
That's
so-
good.
Yeah.
That's really
I
good.
I kind of knew
Well, he's
Maryland.
from Virginia. That's
right.
not
He's
That's
from
why I said-
Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania borders West Virginia.
Pennsylvania don't pay attention to West Virginia.
I'm East
Virginia
Pennsylvania.
does.
It's West Pennsylvania. that
I would
pays
argue
I've been to
that
Harper's Ferry a
Pennsylvania
time or
pays
two.
more attention to West Virginia than Virginia.
You think?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Western PA does.
I've never been to Virginia.
But in
Most of Western Virginia.
how
most
is it possible you've never been?
most-
Never been to Virginia.
Western Virginia like isn't a place to go. So if you're like to go anywhere in Virginia from West Virginia, you basically have to live in Charlestown.
Yeah.
And drive to DC,
Drive to
or
DC.
there's literally no other.
I've only been to Western Virginia. I've never been to Eastern Virginia.
Well, goddamn.
like Harper's Ferry is like.
I've been to
the only
Roanoke.
close to population.
Okay. Yeah, I've never stepped foot in Virginia.
You've driven through it.
I don't know.
How would you have gone around it to go anywhere else?
Where would I go?
don't know.
I-81
I didn't go places. before
I-81
this
is the worst interstate in America.
by mile.
By a fucking mile. I've driven a lot of interstate in this country. Most of the I-81 is where the truckers go to be the dumbest version of themselves. It's nonstop. hills, and they'll just double lane it for fucking miles. Worst interstate in the world.
God damn.
Yeah, I-80. Don't get me started on I-81.
I didn't mean to.
Don't get me fucking started on
I did not mean
I-81.
to.
It opens up a little bit past Blacksburg, but
That's exactly when it opens up.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. you're exactly right. But anything west of Blacksburg is from Blacksburg to Bristol, Tennessee. Shoot me.
I don't. It takes a big man to recognize. I have to tap out of this convo. I don't know my interstates. I don't know what's what.
What's the coolest looking high school in America?
It's got to be a California one, right? Where they shoot 10 Things I Hate About You.
That was in Washington. That's what we did the other day on Monday.
Okay.
That's in Washington. We think that's the leader in the clubhouse right now. We had one yesterday.
What about a Hawaii high school?
We had one in Florida yesterday that was very similar that opened up to like the ocean or the bay or something. It has the football field right by it, but I don't think it quite got to there. So the leader in the clubhouse right now is the 10 Things I Hate About You school. If anybody has a cooler one, I'd love to see it.
Doing a state ranking, right?
I'd love to. Do you ever? You're a visual graphics guy. You ever like designing stadiums?
No, not stadiums.
There was a time in my life when I was like 13 that you always used to like draw different stadiums.
So I would do top downs of zoos.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How would you just the way you would lay it out?
Yeah, like when you walk in the zoo, you don't want to see the best animal.
No.
But you don't want to see the worst animal.
I think penguins.
Yes.
Penguins are the best
Yes.
animal to walk into.
Yes.
The penguins should be
They're
up
not
front.
they'll never boggle you, but they'll get you in a good mood. They're the perfect opener for a zoo.
Penguins don't really hide from you. Like sometimes a monkey cage, the monkeys just be asleep or hiding.
How many times do you go to the zoo and half the exhibits you don't see an animal?
Right, correct. But penguins ain't gonna do that.
No.
Penguins are always front and center. They're always
perfect. They're the
personable.
perfect zoo opener.
Penguins are
What's
the
your
number
closer?
one. See, I need the giraffes.
My closer's giraffe.
Giraffes.
Wait, this is crazy.
Yeah, I think penguins and giraffes are sneaky stars of zoos
Giraffes are fucking
because
amazing.
you can't look at a giraffe.
Right, and we
and-
have the same zoo, and what's in the middle doesn't fucking matter.
you cannot look at a giraffe in person and not be like, fucking wow, man.
How is that thing?
Look at that motherfucker.
We are sharing an earth with that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think a lot of times your zoo experience will go upon the mood of the big cats. If you get there and your lions are nice and
It's like the yak.
and charismatic and they're out there and they're but if they're asleep or they're just in their cave, it kind of ruins the zoo experience.
But then you can leave on a good note because the giraffes, they can't hide.
And there's never a more disappointing exhibit to me than the reptile exhibit because you get yourself hyped up. Oh, I got to get fired up to go in here, or this is going to be something. And then they're
Snooze fest.
They're just laying there.
Yeah.
They're not. There's nothing to really see. All you really see is the pattern on their back as they're sleeping.
Aquariums might be infinitely more exciting. They have a higher hit rate.
you guys are very clearly illustrating the point why aquariums clear every single time is because the animals have to be moved.
Aquariums have a higher floor,
Yeah.
but
Do they have a lower ceiling?
yes.
It depends.
Oh,
I don't know
Oh,
that
another
I've ever.
wet animal.
I don't know that I've never been in one of those gigantic ass aquariums that like they're all around
Above
you.
like that has a whale.
Yeah. So I haven't been in one of those.
Atlanta.
Atlanta. Yeah, I never went to that one. My kids did when I was there, but I never went to it. So I would,
Monterey in California, it's like built into the ocean.
What do we got? What?
Oh,
it's his birthday.
Happy birthday, Lucas.
Stick him up your ass.
happy
douchebag.
motherfucking birthday, Lucas.
My mom got you a gluten-free one.
Oh, I'll take one.
wow.
Yeah, sure.
Lucas.
Oh man,
Your mom sent cupcakes for everybody?
This is very nice.
It's his birthday, and
Lucas'
he's
birthday.
the one giving us the treat.
These are bunt cakes.
Thank you.
Oh,
Lucas.
nothing but.
Nothing bunt cake.
What
Thank you, man.
sports media personality. Oh my God, this is very nice.
They
I just
got
told
little
you to put them up your ass. Happy birthday. How old?
Specifically at 24. She said,
Oh my God.
gluten-free ones just for now.
That's very
Oh, you
sweet.
can date Bill Belichick now.
I'm gonna take one for my child.
Are you attracted to Bill Belichick's girlfriend?
Jordan.
I thank you. I think
You
she.
bagging Bill's butt?
Yeah, I think she's attractive.
Thanks, man. That was for one person.
That was good.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah,
She's
she's pretty.
Here's the thing. People want to paint her.
Thank you, Lucas.
People want to paint
Wait,
her
Lucas, do you want to take? Okay.
People want to paint her as crazy or a hanger-on or like, out there or somebody that's poisoning Bill's mind. Yeah, she's a fucking woman. Like that. They're all crazy.
I mean, an old woman would be doing the same, but with a dry pussy.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Like everybody that wants to put Bill Belichick in this box and say that he's this, he's that, he's a 72-year-old man has gotten a taste of 24-year-old.
Yeah.
That's got to be intoxicating.
And, like, do you think he wasn't getting that primo when he was that age?
I don't think so. No chance.
Yeah.
24-year-old Belichick wasn't getting close to this.
Let's get optics on 24-year-old Bill. And TJ, could you quickly, before the end of the show, Photoshop 24-year-old Bill with young Jordan? Just to see how, if they were the same age,
what if
it still wouldn't make sense.
But make it look like Family Guy.
Hold on.
Reverse it.
Old
Jordan, young Bill.
72-year-old Jordan. See if it's freakier.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that. Can we get an age filter on Jordan to make her 74? Oh, wait a minute.
He wasn't horrible.
He wasn't bad at all.
He actually...
Well, that's bad.
Whoa, Patty the baddie.
Yeah, he does.
He was a fine-looking gentleman.
We got to bring back Coach Strip, dude.
Yeah, that was
Coach
cool.
Strip was unreal back
The
then.
haircut's not great.
Go back to the Parcells picture? Who was drippier there? Was it Belichick or Parcells? Parcells has the jacket, but that's a sweet-ass sweater.
The jacket
Different
was
drip.
almost the uniform.
Mm-hmm.
He pivoted.
There was an old Pete Carroll picture that came out yesterday when he was in the Jets stuff that was so sick.
Are khaki pants in trouble?
Why?
I feel like khaki pants have really lost luster in the society. Those two coaches both wearing khaki pants right there. You don't see any. When's the last time you saw a coach in khakis outside of Jim Harbaugh?
You're not seeing a coach in khakis, but you're seeing finance guys in khakis. You're seeing
Really? They're still wearing
khakis on the
khakis?
golf course. Yeah. That's good drip. Coach Drip was
Coach Strip
immaculate.
so good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Collar over the sweatshirt. Were you rocking that?
No.
That was a cool
I think
guy
that's
look.
pretty
or something?
cool.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever worn collar.
I
over
like
a sweatshirt.
I like the turtleneck too. That they
Like, was Jerry Seinfeld like dressing cool to you?
Jerry Seinfeld, I think, was conveyed to be a cool guy.
Yeah, but weren't they supposed to be 20-somethings?
Yeah.
Weren't they presented as 20-somethings and they were
George-
all balding and
George was supposed to be 29, season 1 episode. Yeah.
and that's the most ridiculous thing ever. Was Kramer also supposed
People
to be?
looked older back then, though. Look through an old high school yearbook. Look at there was
100%
there was
right.
that video.
time.
There was that video of the old Penn State introductions
You said
where
that.
everybody looked 50.
But not in 1991, 92,
Yes.
93.
Yes.
Friends came out in 94. They all looked young. They all looked young.
That's a good point.
That is a great point.
Right.
They
And
still all
it
look
was
young.
the exact same time frame. I just think they poorly cast or they poorly aged that cast.
But I do agree with
People
the
did used to look older. I agree.
Yes.
If you look, yes.
Yeah. Like you look at like Tom Selleck was like 25 in 1982 and he was like it and he looked old as fuck. People looked older then. People were older.
Who was the
then.
musical artist that died in a plane crash? Jim. Yes.
Who?
Morrison?
No. He died of drugs. Something. He died at like 30 and he looked 50.
I'll name all the Jim musical artists I know.
Mm-hmm.
Jim Morrison, Jim
No.
Croce.
Yes.
Okay.
Did he died in a plane crash, right?
I don't know.
Oh.
Didn't they all die in
Yeah.
plane crashes back
Pretty
then?
much, yeah.
Yeah.
Way more people died in plane crashes back then too.
Did you know what the name of our private jet was?
I didn't think it had a name.
Yeah.
What was it?
Fucking Challenger.
No.
Yes. I have a photo of you sleeping and it says Challenger.
That's just the name of the plane. The Challenger that exploded wasn't a plane.
I don't want to be in an aircraft called Challenger, dude.
Well, you already were. And guess what? Here you are.
How do I know I'm not in heaven?
It's a good point.
It's a good point.
That's a damn good point.
Look around me. How could I not
You've
be?
got the
It
you've
does
got
feel
the,
like this.
the strategist. You've got the technician.
I got the technicians sitting next to me. This has to be heaven.
I did make a state rankings tier list if you want to take a look.
No, because you go rogue and you're going to put Jersey as 1.
So I ranked this
Oh.
based off of if I would want to poop this state out
Oh, nice.
from top to bottom.
Dude,
This
you're
is-
crazy with Massachusetts. That hook,
Well, I
Cape
think-
Cod, is going to be hanging out of your sphincter.
Yeah, it would kind of latch on like a grappling hook. This is ranked from easiest poop to no. This would hurt. This would cause irreparable damage.
Can you change the...
orientation? Yeah, I imagined it would poop out like the long. That's why the rectangles are in D and the square.
I don't know, man. You really think poop in Texas is just an average poop experience?
That's not...
At least there's changes. It would get bad in the middle, but then at the end it would.
Dude, I think...
I mean, I don't know. Michigan's going to be rough. Louisiana's
Hampshire-
going to be rough.
New Hampshire has a perfect taper to slide out of the ass.
I think Alabama's not that bad.
This one.
Is that New Hampshire or Vermont?
That's New Hampshire, right?
But it starts wide. I feel like starting.
But you
wide,
said- but we can
I'd
change
rather
the
I'd rather
orientation.
start skinny.
You'd rather start skinny?
Vermont's on the left. New
Well, that's
Hampshire's on
not-
the right.
wait,
That's
that's not starting.
Vermont. That's Vermont.
The bottom of the turd is where the turd starts.
I imagine my
Wait, the
Wait.
bottom or the top?
butthole.
The first thing that comes out of the butt would be the
Oh,
bottom.
you're right. You're right. Because okay, all right, fair
So
enough.
I like the taper of that one because it at least eases you.
Okay, so that makes Idaho a little bit.
Then that changes everything.
Back to the
So
drawing
board. We need to do our Twin Peaks Peak of the Week. Twin Peaks understands the epic sports moments are meant to be witnessed. So in case you missed them, these are your peaks of the week. If you're searching for a spot to catch every epic highlight live, elevate your game day at your local Twin Peaks. Find your local lodge at twinpeaksrestaurant.com. Connor, me and you will do it because I didn't prep Nick for it. But my Twin Peaks Peak of the Week, it's got to be, I'm using 2. I'm going to cheat a little bit. But it's got to be the ends of Games 1 and Game 2 of the Celtics-Knicks series. Both times the Knicks came back and 20-point comebacks. Both times it was close to the end. Both times the Knicks defense stepped up. Both times they beat the Celtics in Boston. I think the Knicks' performance in the end of both of those games is my Twin Peaks Peak of the Week. Beat that, Connor.
I really can't, but I'll go to the other series in the Eastern Conference with Tyrese Halliburton absolutely taking over at the end and Pacers storming back and taking a 2-0 lead on the road against the best team in the East, at least on paper in terms of the standings, the Cleveland Cavaliers. I think that final shot by Tyrese Halliburton, unbelievable. The fact that he was able to get his own board, pull it back out, step back, 3, right in the mitt of the Cleveland Cavaliers, and then doing the celebration and everything. It was spectacular. I'm going to go, that is my peak of the week. A playoff buzzer beater like that in that epic fashion, very hard to beat.
Neither of those teams win another game.
So I wanted to talk about that. Tonight's game is very, very, very interesting. The Pacers won 2 on the road.
Yeah.
The Cavs looks like, as of right now, looks like Mobley's playing. Looks like Darius Garland's playing. Looks like they're getting a little bit healthier. This game opened, the Cavs were 1-point underdogs. They are currently 4.5-point favorites. Vegas believes healthy Cavs are walking into Indiana and just dog-walking the Pacers.
It is tricky, though, because the Pacers, there was somebody hurt at least at one point. They've never been fully together as a unit.
It's such a dangerous spot for Cleveland, though, because you kind of have a one-shot, one opportunity this thing as a healthy team.
Did you do that on purpose?
I think I always do it on purpose. I think it's always in there. I guess I just lose myself in the moment. I don't know. But anyway, I now you threw me off.
You threw you off.
I threw me off. I threw me off as fast as I could. They got one chance here because the injuries dug them a hole at home. If they go down 3-0, they're not coming back. I don't think they're coming back. But if they win tonight's game, they're not losing the series. I think this is the series tonight.
This is
the fucking series.
Yeah.
They win this game, they're winning the series, no problem to me. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe that's reductivist, maybe that's stupid, but I think tonight is the series.
If the Pacers and the Knicks win, who wins the championship?
Probably. So it's interesting.
That would be so much more interesting.
I also think if you look in the West, whoever wins that Thunder Nuggets series is winning the West, because I don't think the Wolves or the Wolves and the Warriors look like they're just going to rip each other to shreds over the next 7 games. It looks like they're going to, somebody's coming out of there limping, and I think the Thunder or the Nuggets are sitting in good shape over there. But then you look over here, if the Knicks and Pacers both beat the Cavs and Celtics, I see no reason the Knicks and Pacers, whoever, can't win the championship.
Dude, T-Wolves Warriors is an ugly series.
Yeah, it's nasty.
Evo pointed it out yesterday. He was like, when the fuck are the Warriors going to get to 20 points?
I got to talk about
crazy.
Draymond.
Talk Draymond.
Because Draymond took the opportunity last night after getting another technical foul and being involved in the mess again for the 29,000th time in his career. And he took aside the cameras and he said, I'm tired of the agenda of making me look like an angry black man. Draymond Green is not reffed that way because he is a black man. He's not reffed that way, or he's not officiated that way. He is not responded to in that way. He is not portrayed by the media in that way. He's portrayed in the media. He's reffed that way because he is a dirty basketball player, and he has always been a dirty basketball player. And that gives him an edge and has helped Golden State win a lot of championships and has been very important to their rise in the NBA over the last 15 years. But there is not an agenda against Draymond Green. There is simply Draymond Green doing these things to himself. And I think it's crazy that he said what he said last night.
I didn't see it.
But yeah, like Draymond Green does these things. Draymond Green pokes people in the eye. Draymond Green hits people in the nuts. Draymond Green kicks on people.
But
He stomps on people.
okay, these are cherry picked. Can you do this for any player?
No, you cannot.
Can you can't?
You can't do it to this level with any player.
He had one the other night where it was just like, what was it? Van Vliet just reached in and he
Yeah.
was like on the shot, just like punched him in the face.
Draymond
Like,
Green is a dirty basketball player. I don't think there's anything wrong with
Do you
being
think he should embrace it?
I don't think there's anything wrong with being a dirty basketball player. The Pistons were dirty back in the 80s. There have been dirty players that have succeeded and been great, and maybe this pushes him to be great.
So is this him just fucking around then?
I don't know. But
seem to be in a fucking around.
Yeah, can we play the clip?
tone. Yeah.
Look like the angry black man. I'm not an angry black man. I'm a very successful, educated black man with a great family. And I'm great at basketball. I'm great at what I do. The agenda to
Oh, he's not, like,
make me
pissed.
look like an angry black man.
Yeah, he is.
Crazy. I'm sick of it. It's ridiculous.
he there's no agenda against Draymond Green. There is simply refereeing basketball and responding to basketball, and the basketball that he puts forward often
Do you
is
know how hard
dirty.
it is to be a black man in the NBA?
I don't. I never been there. I just think this is fun. That's just a fucking crazy thing to say for him. But I don't think there's anything wrong with being a dirty basketball player. It gives you an edge, and it gives you.
I think it's kinda
nothing-
cool.
Yeah, the NBA needs a dirty guy.
Yeah.
Stephen Che wants this guy kicked out of the league.
Really?
Che's tweets last night. I think he started a hashtag suspend Draymond. I think that was one of his tweets.
He's been doing that for a couple of days, but Draymond keeps doing this shit
because I think he has 5 technical fouls.
Yeah.
over the first however like he just keeps getting teed up. Yeah, suspend Draymond. It's
He is
every
a
game.
maniac. You know Steven's mad, or anybody's mad when they're speaking in short sentence fragments. Like he quote tweeted more sentence fragments. This is not basketball.
Did you see his Korean thing?
Yeah, it was awesome.
I'm sure we'll do it. On the
Yeah, we will. Well,
Before the theme song
Yeah.
ends.
all right, we got a new one here.
What you got?
We got Scent Beauty. Step up your grooming game with the new Stetson Cooling Men's Grooming Collection. If your face ever feels tight and dry after shaving, this is your fix. Stetson's high-performance formulas use advanced cooling technology that feels amazing on your skin, and they smell incredible thanks to the Stetson Spirit fragrance. The full lineup covers you start to finish, pre-shave, shave, and post-shave. There's a 2-in-1 face and beard exfoliant wash, a breakthrough cooling shave oil for a close, smooth shave, and 2 refreshing aftershave options, a moisture splash and a soothing balm. Premium formulas, no fuss grooming, and each one just $7.97. The full collection is now exclusively available at Walmart, in stores, and online. Again, that's Stetson's Cooling Men's Grooming Collection, available at Walmart exclusively and online. What do you got on the prep sheet here?
What's he got?
He's got the Belichick stuff.
Canadian team going to win the Stanley Cup?
I think so.
Yeah.
So
I think that'd be cool.
I think I'm starting to believe the Leafs are going to win the Cup.
Yeah.
But Leafs-Oilers would be fucking phenomenal. You'd have Connor McDavid. You'd have all the scoring energy. Draisaitl. You'd have high-scoring Canadian teams going against each other. I think we're headed towards that. Although the Panthers, if they respond the way I expect them to respond, maybe they got something to say.
You're expecting that? Is that all?
I mean, they're defending champs. I don't think they're going to lay down for this thing. But I think the Leafs, it feels like a Leafs year to me, and it probably has felt like that every year.
Sure.
I sneaky kind of love the Leafs.
I do too.
I love their logo. I love their
Uniforms.
color.
I like the Leafs. I like Austin Matthews.
I kind of like the Leafs. I like that Nylander. I like
the Leafs.
I like the Leafs a lot, and
I like the Oilers too.
I do too.
The Canadian teams might be my favorite teams left in this.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do
This is Penguin Giraffe all over again.
Yes, Penguin Giraffe. Do you like the Winnipeg Jets logo? They're not doing enough with Jets, right?
Little busy.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, I like the Oilers. I like the Maple Leafs. Now the Florida Panthers are the defending champs, and it's going to be a tough out for the Maple Leafs, even though they already have a 2-0 lead. So I'm trying to think who could out. The Dallas Stars maybe they're oil in the ointment here.
Caps.
Yeah, Caps are a good story too. Mm-hmm. Caps are a fucking great story. Ebo, thoughts?
Yeah, I love them. I watched every second last night.
Yeah, who scored their goals?
Tom Wilson.
No, hold on.
Tristan Thompson and
Ebo,
Strom.
last night, your favorite hockey team.
We scored 3 goals.
The Washington Capitals won a game 3-1. Who scored their 3 goals?
That would be Tom Wilson. Tristan Thompson.
Okay, well he's not
a basketball player.
Yeah, the
basketball
guy
player,
from
yeah.
the Kardashians, and Dylan Strom.
Somebody McMichael. That sound?
Connor McMichael.
Yeah,
I have,
sure.
I have his rookie card.
And
Right.
I'm going to get this guy's name. I'm going to nail it. Shane
Battier.
Gostis be here.
Oh,
Gostibieri?
Huh?
that's a spear.
Gostis be here.
Ghosty.
I can't wait to celebrate.
Oh, wait,
another
he plays
cup. I
for the
love
Carolina
my
Hurricanes.
Caps.
Never mind. Let's see. He plays for the Hurricanes. John Carlson.
Oh yeah, American hero.
Really?
Gostibieri.
He won the World Juniors in a shootout.
Immediately stop looking at that name and acting like you know how to pronounce it.
He used to be on the Flyers.
Yeah.
Ghosty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ghost of Harry.
I don't know if that's how it's pronounced, but I've seen that.
Goss's spear.
You think ghosts have hair?
I thought there was
There's
our
an
Philly
eight.
guy.
No chance.
No
chance.
ghosts have hair?
No
Who's on
fucking
fire?
chance. Do you want to talk about that card shop we went into?
We can't. Oh,
Nah, I don't want to.
I don't want to
I don't
put
want.
anybody on blast. We were in Scottsdale Monday.
We went to a couple really nice card shops and one not so nice.
We went to some card shops. But we had some time. One was not good. They gave us a gift though. They gave me a Chop Robinson.
I wasn't going to give details of which one was which.
Oh
That was one of the good ones.
no, that was the bad one.
God damn it!
Okay, that was what? We only went to 2.
I'm lying.
I know I can't.
Okay, I just didn't want to put it on blast.
I got a little beef with you. If you just want to do some off the air drama on the air.
Sure, yeah.
Maresh came up to me today and was like, "What happened to you last Saturday? Did you blame me for that fiasco?
It was your fault.
It wasn't my fault.
You
You guys left late.
You couldn't wait 30 minutes.
I had a softball game in Kenosha at 2:00, and
Then why invite us up to your card shop?
because I thought you were gonna come, I said, "Can you come Saturday morning?" And you said, "Yeah." I didn't know you meant 11:59 a.m. Saturday morning. You left Chicago at 11:59 a.m. and called it
And
the
then
morning.
we were an hour and a half away. You're like, still come up, but I'm leaving in 20.
I said I'm leaving in 20 after you get here. Not I'm leaving.
That's
in
not
20.
enough time. I'm sorry, that's not enough time. Brandon time for me.
What?
It's not worth the drive if you're only going to be there 20.
Come tomorrow?
No, I can't.
Why?
I have a baptism.
You don't know anybody here in Chicago.
Not in Chicago, dork.
Where are you? You're not leaving?
I am.
When?
Tomorrow morning at 7 a.m.
To go where?
Cleveland.
Huh. I'll be goddamn.
Yeah.
I will be goddamn.
Yeah, I'm sorry that I'm welcoming a baby to heaven. Oh my God.
Congratulations.
Here's the keys.
I don't think that's what.
You have to be baptized to make it.
Fine, but you're not welcoming them to heaven. They still got some work to do, don't they?
This is the first step.
All right,
And then all you have to do is say you're sorry right before you die, and then you're in.
Connor, come do. You do Mountain Dew today.
Oh, I would love that.
Yeah, you do Mountain Dew today.
Sorry.
We'll go 1 week.
We'll go 1 week.
Also, I'm due a trip to my.
I
second
deleted
favorite
eBay
store.
off my phone.
Did you?
It got too bad.
I spent $400 on a card yesterday.
Brandon.
I know.
What card?
I'll send you a picture of it.
This is also a thing that I want to put out into the universe. Does anyone have a cooler way to display their card collection other than just sliding into those like sleeve racks? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Did you say cooler on purpose?
Can I agree with something that you're hinting at? There's not a real good way to display a bunch of cards.
Yeah, like I'm trying to find like a
Whoa.
Like I was thinking of maybe doing like I've seen people do shadow boards with like matches. I think that could be cool, but I don't really know.
Is this an ad?
CJ, I sent you the card.
Now,
What about this guy that made us this cool display?
That's awesome.
That's really
That makes
fucking cool.
displays for
Yeah.
the card.
So I will get a card that I've always wanted since childhood, a grail, something that
Yeah.
would bring a young me tears to my eyes,
Right.
and then I immediately hide it away from the world.
How do you display one card?
I keep them in a box and then I lock them.
So I bought that card. I put it on a bookshelf last night.
I have a little stand for one of mine.
Really?
Yeah.
I need a stand
A little
for,
V
for this
stand.
one.
What card did you buy?
TJ, you got it? I put it on the Mostly Sports group. That's okay.
That's awesome.
I think you can get him like in the shape of like your team's logo and stuff.
I
No
hate for
kidding.
man. I hate for like a card guy to be watching this and be able to just give us one of those. Just,
You get free stuff all the time. I get nothing.
you do get free stuff. 90 people sent you knives. And when
Yeah.
you wanted knives,
Yeah, and guess what? You know how many times I've accidentally brought one that somebody sent to me to the airport?
that's on you.
3 times, Brandon. I am almost not able to fly.
Okay. So I got this. It's a leaf, which I don't think people like leaf. It's a art of sport, and it's a three people autograph. Took a good upside down picture of it, but it's Steph Curry, Giannis, and Kevin Durant. A triple
That's really
triple
fucking
auto,
awesome.
right?
That's really fucking
Yeah. I don't know.
I think the new type of rarity type collection isn't that like appealing to me. Like if a card is out of 5 out of 10, but I really like the idea of printing plates.
Those are cool. I like
Printing
weird
plates are
stuff
very
like that.
cool.
I just got a Bill Lambier card
Uh-huh.
that says Ron Harper on the front.
What?
Misprint.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
You want it?
Kind of.
Okay.
Do you have the Menendez brothers card?
Yes.
Figured you did. Connor, do the thing.
I got you. Boys,
Men.
men,
Thank you.
summer in Chicago is here in full swing. I believe this weekend is going to be gorgeous. We're getting into the warm weather.
It'll be
and-
the best weekend of the year.
Exactly. Like we are getting there. You could feel it, and we're going to be celebrating with some Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew, I mean, there is nothing better than when it comes to hanging with your friends, the start of golf season, heading out on your boat, beach days, lake days, going to a Cubs game, going to whatever. Nothing is better than pairing it with some nice cold Mountain Dew. Summer in Chicago, I will be drinking this nonstop, and we are in luck because Mountain Dew has a bunch of brand new packaging, as Ebo is displaying right there. Going back to the old school look, it looks incredible. It's the nostalgia. Once it hits your lips, the cold, refreshing kick of a citrus Mountain Dew, it is unbelievable. I'll go pick up some Mountain Dew later today. I'll tweet out a picture, and we're going to do the Dew this weekend. How about that? Grab a
Doing
Dew.
Dew checks?
Yeah.
Dew checks.
Dew check.
All summer 2025.
Submit them to me. I am the go-to Mountain Dew guy on this show, I believe. The Baja Blast specifically. So tweet them at me. Do the Dew. Grab a Dew in the new packaging and enjoy the refreshing citrus kick of a nice cold Mountain Dew. Cannot wait to be drinking these all summer here in
That
Chicago.
new branding is Chef's Kiss, baby.
It's so good.
What was the guy's name that you had me on block earlier?
I forget. I just saw
It's
it.
Matt McClure.
What'd he get?
Thoughts on this, Nick?
Oh, it's the Skeens card.
Yeah, they unveiled it at the stadium today.
I mean,
Are you woke to this?
he's a Dodger in 3 years.
Or
Does-
Yankee, yeah.
That's a little crazy.
It's
See,
pretty
this is the
big for
thing
a
that-
card, right?
This is my issue with displaying the cards is that they're so little. It feels like hard to do like good wall decorations with.
Is there any way that Skeens isn't as good as advertised, and then this whole thing becomes?
Oh yeah, there's
Yeah.
there's also Tommy John in his future, so you got that.
Yeah.
Is Livy done? Your fan base is Jordan Hudson.
No, because they're the same age, ish.
Yeah, but she gets him into things he don't want to be in. I think
Do you think so?
he wouldn't be in GQ. We met him that time. He's not a
Yeah, he's a Pittsburgh guy.
yeah, he's not a GQ guy. He's not going to be sitting there in a smoking jacket and a cigar
but
with
it's
a
good.
girl.
I'd imagine it's good for his career.
Yeah, probably good for other things too.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just feel like she's I don't know.
But
I don't know if she's good for our boy Paul.
when you're taking pictures with your family and all of you guys are in matching white shirts and khakis standing in front of the lake, that's not your idea. That's your GQ.
It's the crazy part. That actually was mine.
That was your
My
idea?
wife would never do that. Yeah.
Actually?
Yeah. That was
Oh, my
mine.
God.
And we didn't do matching shirts.
No, but you guys were all dressed up nicely.
We were dressed up nice. We were in our Sunday best, but we weren't matching. All of our individual personalities were shining through with
Do you guys know about this photo?
No,
He had me Photoshop out the KFC in the background.
I didn't receive it.
That is not what I had you Photoshop at. I had you Photoshop the power lines out.
You wanted me to make the KFC larger.
Yeah, I had you Photoshop out the power lines, and then he sends it back. He sends it back with Tommy at 7 feet tall.
I made Tommy was so big.
All right. Anything else you got in the week on this note? Going into the weekend, Connor, give us some inspiration going into the weekend.
I think I'm going to dye my eyebrows this weekend.
Hey, yeah, you should.
I think I'm going to dye my
Darker?
eyebrows.
Get some
Yeah,
just for
darker.
men. Go light brown.
He got him trimmed.
Yeah, I got my eyebrows trimmed when I got this haircut.
That's what I said.
What? What do you mean?
I said, wait, what?
You can't even see your eyebrows. Why would you have them trimmed?
There's a handsome country star who admitted to dyeing his mustache and his eyebrows, and all the dudes are doing it now.
I think
Well, who's the handsome?
I forget his name.
they trimmed them because they were super bushy, but I keep them bushy because that's the only way you could see my eyebrows. If they're thin, they're so blonde you can't even see them. You can't see them on camera. So I'm gonna dye them. I've given in. I've been fighting this battle for a while. I'm gonna dye them. I'll probably have dyed eyebrows on Monday. So I just wanted to make that
So
announcement.
it's our last time to see you undyed.
Probably. And yeah, I've been pushing it off because
I want it to be too dark. So.
I want it to be like Easter egg
Oh yeah,
yeah, but I just
lavender.
pastels
there's a stigma around men like
on eyebrowed.
dyeing their beards,
Yeah,
dyeing their hair, or whatever.
They don't let men beautify.
I'm gonna dye my eyebrows. It's about time. You can't see my fucking eyebrows on camera.
Or in person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ebo, just give us some inspiration going into the weekend. Of course, Sunday I believe is Ebo Day, 5/11.
Yeah.
Right? 5/11.
Shout out to and also Monday 5/12.
Sure.
Yeah. Shout out to all the Kings that are actually 5'10" that can actually celebrate tomorrow. Don't let anyone tell you you're not actually 5'10". Same thing for Sunday. If
Who's
you're
lying about
If
5'10"?
Yeah,
you're
if you're gonna
5'11",
lie, fucking lie.
if you're 5'11" and people say you're not 5'11", celebrate 5'11". Speak your truth. You're really 5'11".
All right, that's all we got. That's the show. I guess.
That makes yeah, that's a good couple. That looks fine too.
Why? That's how we predict her to age.
I guess.
Why does she turn bronze?
That looks
would.
Why is she turned into an alien?
Scooby-Doo Zombie Island. That's the bad girl. That's the
bad girl from Scooby-Doo.
She's a bad girl.
She's a bad girl.
All right, we'll see you Monday. Thanks.
That's how ball is done.
All right, guys, let's have a good weekend. I'm gonna get right. I got my my rare shoes on, pink bottoms. So let's have a good one, family.
You guys get it?
Family.